Okay, welcome to another episode of Soto Desperado Plays Ark Survival Ascended. I'm in the same place, just tamed up that saber tooth that I had here and just finished up. And we got another video lined up and keep farming the island, or the Carno Island is really what it is. So this is from Legion of Men. This gentleman is reviewing this video, Modern Women Losing Their Minds as Men Are Friend Zoning Them, Men Only. Friend zoning them. Friend zone. A zone for friends. What the fuck is that? You know what I mean? Way back in my day, it was the word to use was clique. You know, you had a clique, or you were part of a clique, like the nerds, the jocks, you know, the book club, whatever. Now it's a friend zone. What zone are you from? Let's see here. All right, let's start it up.
Welcome back, tribe. I have a video here recommended for you guys. It says, after 1.5 years in the Philippines, this is the hard truth that no one talks about. It's from Chad Forster.
Oh, so it's a different video. After 1.5 years in the Philippines, here's the truth about one. Okay. Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys are going for the foreign women, whether it's Mexican or Filipino or whatever. They don't want Americanized liberated women. So.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hanging out on the front porch at my brother's house in southern Ontario. Summertime in Canada. Life is good. Can't complain. It's so good to see my family. And I've been thinking a lot about, you know, my life in the Philippines. And now that I'm back here and I'm enjoying all of these amazing things that Canada has to offer, especially this time of year, it's got me thinking about some comparing. And for you guys that have not pulled the trigger and maybe aren't quite sure what you're getting into, if you're thinking of leaving Canada, leaving the US, or any other Western country, and you're all hyped about it. You've been watching videos, and if you're like me, you went down a rabbit hole of watching videos that are purely positive, and they're about the dream of a new life in the Philippines, or any other country for that matter. And a lot of videos just point out these positive things, and they sort of make you feel that FOMO, like you're missing out. If you come to the Philippines, it's nothing but beautiful beaches, beautiful nature, beautiful women. You know, your money's going to go far. You're going to have a beautiful girlfriend, and life is good. And this video is to be more of a reality check of what it's like, because now that I'm back here in Canada and I see, you know, a lifestyle here that is very healthy for most people in terms of like access to parks, access to clean, you know, a clean environment, a healthy, safe environment. And, you know, thinking back of the Philippines and what...
Yeah, before he starts, I have to go in. The realities of Eastern Europe, I probably should tell you guys, listen, the beautiful women, they're everywhere. The cost of living is really cheap. It doesn't compare to Southeast Asia, but still, you only go overseas because you can take your money with you, and the life you're afforded, you can begin to live instead of get by. There's no point in going overseas if your primary objective is just women. The guys that are going overseas to only get laid are thinking of the short-term benefits of just the exoticism, passing through a place, but you still go back, slaving away in the country you hate that's draining you of all your energy, looking forward to the next time you scrounge up enough pennies to escape for your fun again. You're a fucking toad in a system that's designed to drain your soul. Plan your escape permanently. It's not a vacation. You're leaving. Guys need to understand this. Now, what happens when you leave permanently, you're going to start seeing some differences in the culture that may be shocking. For example, although the difference in a capital city versus America and what you're used to, quality of life, building standards, you know, things of that nature, infrastructure in general, roads, all that is basically non-existent today. It all looks the same. Once you go out into the countryside, you begin to travel back in time. 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 60 years. There's people that are still living without running water. People are still using outhouses. People are still, like, it's so far back an American could not begin to fathom, because even in America, small towns still have high-end infrastructure compared to the rest of the world. It's what America does best. Infrastructure is crazy. Roadways are crazy. You're going to be driving on roads that sometimes are partly asphalted. Other times they turn into dirt. Other times they turn into fucking mud if you're driving during a rainy season. It's so vastly different. It does become a headache. But when you find your place, and you settle in. And by settling, I mean you're living in a place that's probably 2-3 times bigger than yours in America. You have access to amenities you could never dream of affording in America unless you had 4x the salary. Because when you go to these countries, you essentially do have 4x, 8x the salary compared to locals. And so you're afforded a life that seems like you're living like a millionaire back home, despite the quality of the country overall not holding a candle to the United States infrastructure-wise. Now, the people, they change completely too. You can get by in a lot of these countries without knowing the local language. It helps tremendously if you do. But there is so many expats that live here, and honestly, every business speaks English anyways because it's the international business language by default. So anybody, anywhere you go to that may be even an upper end part of town, all can speak English anyways. But the reality of it is you will be away from family. It will feel isolating if you're very close to the ones you may be leaving behind. If you have children that are older, that's really hard on men. The guys that are going there with their pensions and retiring, they're going out there by themselves. They're leaving their kids behind that are grown. There are no more family meetups anymore unless you start to plan stuff like flying out. And it's not flying one state over or driving down a state. It's like a 14-plus hour flight. It is brutal. Another aspect of this is you'll never belong. Even if you marry into one of their own, you will always be a foreigner. Now, that's not really a bad thing, but we don't have this culture in the rest of the world that America has where you can be considered American if all you do is just speak good English. Basically, it doesn't matter where you're from, where you come from, what you look like, black, white, Asian, blah, blah, blah. We're all technically American. That's America is the melting pot, as they say, of the world. That doesn't exist in other parts. Like, you're either one of them or you're not. They'll be very courteous to you, but you'll never get in with them like you may want to. They will never accept you as one of their own. And that's within their right. You're a foreigner, you're a guest in their countries. And that leads me to my next point. You're a guest. You'll permanently be a guest as you're renewing your visa. Now, being a guest means you're not going to have access to similar laws like the locals do. There will be biases against you in court, biases against you in the street. When street justice, you get drunk at a bar and you mess with the locals will beat your ass first and then take the side of the party that may be in the right. For example, they'll still beat your ass just because, he's a foreigner, he's causing trouble. It's same thing in other countries I've been to. Keep your nose clean. Don't get into any business you're not supposed to. Be very courteous and kind to everybody, because you don't want to be jailed in an overseas prison. You don't want to rustle up feathers in a place where you don't have the same rights as you would in America. Your due process is going to be completely different. Now, most people never get into troubles like this. They live nice, quiet lives. They'll go overseas. They find a woman. They'll get married. They buy property, live out on the land, have some chickens, tons of whatever animals or even more land than they need, and they live out the rest of their days very comfortably. But other guys don't go there with the purest intentions, and they'll pay dearly for it. Another thing, healthcare. As much as we shit on the cost of healthcare in America, which is fucking atrocious to say the least, in other parts of the world, healthcare may be free, but the standard of care, at least here in Eastern Europe, I can't speak for the Asian countries, the standard of care across the hospitals is a fucking joke. I would not be caught dead going to them. I don't give a shit what my viewers think, and maybe I'm making our country look bad or our region look bad. Balkan countries are a fucking nightmare still. Don't give a shit how much better they got. It's a joke. I will not even have my woman give birth in any of these hospitals. They're disgusting. Their standard of care needs to go up by tenfold before I would even consider them. Walking in them is a fucking nightmare. When I went into one of these, specifically in this story, a Croatian hospital for my girl to get some basic medicine and checkups done, I felt like I was in fucking Soviet Russia 1980. It was insane. But that's what the state of the hospital was in. So, healthcare for Americans that may have ailments or ongoing chronic diseases that need to be managed, specifically some ones that might need specialists. You need to take into consideration some of this stuff when you're going overseas. Not everywhere has the standard of care America does. Obviously, you can move into other countries like Switzerland, or you can move to like Germany or all this other shit, but again, you're paying Western prices and the power of your dollar evaporates instantaneously. You're back to living in a place that you cannot afford. Nowhere is perfect, guys. Some places are much better overall than others, but there is a give and take in this world. Believe me, you're giving up some things in order to attain all the rest. So be okay with what you'll hand back versus what you'll get. Now let's let him finish his portion and we'll critique and comment on it.
What life is really like over there, there's drawbacks. There's big drawbacks, guys. There's like huge things that can be quite annoying if you let them get to you. You're going to deal with loud noises, inefficiency, things take forever, not great infrastructure, not great at all. So internet, unpredictable internet, could be good, might be really slow, might turn off, brownouts sometimes, depending on where you live. Roosters, dogs, sadness of seeing, mangy dogs and cats and homeless kids and potholes. As soon as you leave the bubble in Cebu, it's garbage. You could be on a beach in a beautiful area and it's sort of cleaned up a little bit, and then you just go a few feet around the corner, garbage everywhere. I don't talk about this stuff that often, but it's reality. And I'm not making this video to blast the Philippines. It's not just a Philippines thing. I mean, I've been to other developing countries, and, some of this is common. A whole list of reasons why, and it's nothing to do with, just labeling people or anything like that. Government has a lot to do with it. A lack of support,
corruption,
things that are put in place to make it easy for people to manage garbage and to even have incentive and stuff like that. So it's a whole thing, right? But point of this video is reality, the reality of what you're getting into when you sell everything, leave your beautiful, comfortable, peaceful place where you live, and you go to a place like the Philippines. You have to be aware that it's not la la land. It's not perfect. There are things that are potentially going to be annoying, and not everyone. It doesn't work out for everyone. There are people that go there, they try it, they turn around, they come back. Maybe they start looking into another option. So you have to go with the right expectation. But here's the main point of the video that I'm finally getting to. So as much as I'm really seeing how nice it is here, and it is a good quality of life, it's a very expensive to maintain the quality of life here, to be able to do the things that Canada and the US and other countries has in place for you. It's not cheap. It's crazy expensive, and it's only gotten worse over the last few years, and it seems to be continuing to trend in that direction in the US as well. I'm kind of speaking for both because my life being in the U.S. quite a bit as well. St. Pete is a phenomenal city in Florida. It is so cool. They've been pouring money into it. It's a really healthy lifestyle. Parks everywhere, same thing. So many bars and restaurants and museums and just really great stuff. Beautiful. It's clean. It's safe, like right in the main area of St. Pete anyways. And so you have to give up a lot of that stuff, but what you're also giving up is a very expensive lifestyle. And what I remember is feeling that pressure of, working to just get that bill paid,
getting by,
have some left over to save. My brother here makes great money. Wife's a teacher, and they have 2 kids. They're involved in a lot of stuff. They spend a lot of money on that, just to have a good, healthy meal every meal for the kids, and have the fridge stocked, and to have a few vacations a year, and then put a little bit away for retirement. That's kind of all they have. And I'm not going to do a tour of their house, but they're in a neighborhood here that it's a beautiful neighborhood, but just to get a basic house that's nothing fancy, it's crazy expensive. It is so difficult to just get established here and, make something happen. And man, I can't even imagine for like younger generations that are growing up here what they're going to do. But if you're at that retirement age, or even if you're like my age and you're working and you're struggling, a place like the Philippines is an answer to some of these issues. And that's what makes a place like the Philippines so appealing and so workable. And I know I listed a bunch of annoying things or some of the cons of the Philippines. There's tons of pros too, right? The people are great. They're so friendly, welcoming, it's safe, beautiful nature places to visit. There are nice beaches and waterfalls. And there's just a whole bunch of other things too that you have to overcome. But when you go there, and if you're earning US dollars, Canadian dollars, whatever, it goes so far there that you can sort of build the bubble around yourself. You can get set up. You can find a place that makes sense for you. If you want to go premium city, you can live in BGC, have a beautiful condo with all the amenities at a fraction of the price compared to here.
Yep.
Or you can live in a small town, or you can live in the province. If you can put up with some of these things that really have to understand that you're walking into a world that's so different. So you have to sort of adjust your mindset, but you can also, make up for some of those things. For example, you can have a personal assistant. I'm going to look into this just for like having someone cook and clean and things that I don't want to do. Go shopping, picking up things, running errands so I can focus on work or whatever. I know that people make like the service industry, or for someone to like clean for you or do these things, it's pretty cheap. It's pretty cheap. Someone was telling me they had a full-time live-in cleaner, cook, kids. They were paying them like $200 a month or something like that.
Holy shit.
So I'm going to look into that, but it's affordable. If you have the budget with a little bit of extra, you can build a life in the Philippines to make up for some of the downsides of the Philippines and live a high quality of life. You're not going to avoid all of those things. There's always going to be, like I was just in El Nido, Palawan, and my buddy noticed it more than me because I've been there a while, but this is like your number one spot, right? There's top 5 places, but El Nido, Palawan, and Coron, these are top tourist spots in the Philippines. You're right in the downtown main area, and it is messy. There's some nice resorts next to a pile of junk, next to a messy, unfinished whatever they're doing, stuff that seems like it's just been piled up for months. You got to step over things, might be some exposed wires, and then there's some nice stuff again. It's the Philippines. Even in the primo stuff, when I was in Moalboal in Cebu, very touristy, very popular. People are pouring in, coming and going, spending money. Yet there's just like these abandoned areas, piles of trash, messy stuff mixed in with really cool, like touristy restaurant, nice restaurant, a bar, whatever. Beautiful reef, you can snorkel in, but then you come out.
Yeah, that's what I love about America. When you're looking at a new apartment complex or a new neighborhood being built, they build the correct way. Here's how they build. They pave the road first. They connect all the sewage, the electrical, all that stuff is connected first onto each plot of land. In the rest of the world, I'll just say in Eastern Europe, they build the house first, then they connect anything if there's anything to connect. It's so fucking stupid. I cannot tell you how many little villages and towns I've driven by to see these houses that are not connected to the main infrastructure, and half of them are there, probably don't even have a permit to be building the house there. They just build one up real quick. People are still using outhouses, like I told you. No running water, plumbing, whatever. And probably depending on well water from the property. But regardless, it's sad to see that even here, the major builders, the area I live in, I think I should do a video on that shit for you guys. This is a primo area, highly exclusive, very expensive, that I live in for the locals. Extremely clean. You'll see supercars and luxury vehicles in the upper range of hundreds of thousands of euros regularly. Even here, although my little road is perfect. Everything is paved. The little lights, the aesthetic looks amazing, all ultra modern. There is a little lot next to me where they've put all their working materials, all the building materials, left over from when this place was being constructed, and it's still there to this day. Everything's finished. Why the fuck is there a random lot with dirt and siding and building material and just looking disgusting, a complete eyesore? That never happens in America. When they build up a place and they conceptualize it and you see like the artist rendering, it almost looks like that. 99% of the time it'll come out just like the artist rendering. And there will be no eyesores around you. America doesn't build like that. America builds it to the T what it looks like. Why? Because we live in a sue-happy culture in the West. Like, they will sue the shit out of you if you don't deliver exactly what you said you were going to deliver. Here, there's not really any recourse like that. So even when looking at the area I live in, they have in one of the lobbies where you walk in, the 3D building, like the mini model that you have encased in glass that you could walk around and see what this place is supposed to look like. It does not look like that. The surrounding green vegetation areas that are supposed to be like walkable parks or whatever, they don't look like that. That lot is currently full of fucking Tyvek siding and all this other shit foam. What the fuck? This place has been done since I moved here, at least, and that was a year ago. So things like overseas and how they show you those those concepts, the 3D renderings of what a apartment complex is supposed to look like, or how this house is supposed to look like if you build one up from scratch, is straight bullshit. Don't buy any of it. It's a fucking garbage. Most of these builders here are shit. That's putting it lightly. Let's continue.
Out, and it's just like, oh wow, why is that here? Why is this not fixed up or cleaned up? Why hasn't money come in, or the government or the private sector? I don't know. I don't have the answers to that, but the reality is there's just a lot of things you have to just be okay with and ignore, and it's not perfect. You're not going to Hawaii, to one of their top areas. You're not going to, a European vacation somewhere where everything's super nice. It's just not like that there. So you're giving up stuff, you're gaining a position of freedom and lifestyle as a wealthier person because of the cost difference, and bringing, your foreign dollars to a place where you can splurge on certain things. So that's biggie. That's the main point of this video. It's to sort of point out there are huge drawbacks, guys, that really...
Yeah, not everywhere's perfect, dude. Like I said, it's a give and take. And look, everybody feels the same. I'm 54, and my wife and I are very worried about our future. Gas and food prices rising daily. We have had our savings dwindle with the cost of living in the stratosphere, and we are finding it impossible to replace them. We can get by, but we can't seem to get ahead. My condolences to anyone retiring in this crisis. 30 years nonstop just for a crooked system to take all you worked for. Oh, look, there's me. Look, the truth about Eastern Europe right here. Bam. And that's on the second channel that I mentioned to you guys, by the way. My wife and I retired to the Philippines in 2015, and we've been very happy here. We're fortunate to have found a pleasant, clean, and large, peaceful farm. Our closest neighbor is an 8-minute walk away. We don't have the barking dogs, crowing roosters, or garbage issues. I understand what you're talking about because I've seen the same things, and you're spot on. But the number one trick or secret to coming here is to learn Tagalog. Yeah, you're a retiree or a dude prospective like pensioner going there is not taking the time to learn fucking Tagalog. Dude, get out of here. And or have a trustworthy wife or partner who speaks the language. Well, that's why his life's easier, because this woman is from the Philippines. Live in the countryside. It's safe, clean, quiet, affordable, and you can grow most of your food. Again, that's the ideal take. If you marry into one of their own and you start a life there, and she can translate for you, and shit gets a lot easier that way. Oh, here's another guy about honest opinion. We'll do this one later. 2 years in the Philippines. I'm 47. I live in Alabama, and retiring here would be depressing. You remind me a lot of another Canadian YouTuber that's always complains about Wi-Fi and things that are futile. The thing I love the most about Latin America and Asia is the warmth of the people and the feelings that people are alive and open to human connections. I live in a very nice condo here, and I don't know not even one person on my floor. When people see you here, I almost feel like some people go out of their way to avoid any human interaction. This is not a normal society. Most people in the USA are lonely and socially disconnected. That's a fact. It says, look, as a Filipino, I tried convincing my German husband to live in the Philippines after spending 5 years in Germany, where I never quite felt at home. We sold everything and moved, trying out various locations such as Cebu, Palawan, Siargao, Dumaguete, and with those other ones, probably can't pronounce them, not even going to try. However, even in my hometown of Cebu, we struggled to find a place where we truly felt settled. Safety, food quality, and decent housing were consistently lacking. Despite paying $700 to $1,500 for a furnished accommodations, the quality never matched the price. Eventually gave up trying to convince my husband. We moved to Thailand. And I have to admit, it's been a much better experience. The healthcare, safety, and overall quality of life are significantly better here. With Thailand's new DTV visa for digital nomads like us, we plan to stay longer. Unfortunately, my experience in the Philippines was disappointing. Even when paying a premium, the standard of living remains low, with locals accustomed to subpar services, yet expecting foreigners to pay top dollar. Ooh-wee. Don't have those problems here in Eastern Europe, but you're going to be paying far more than you would in the Philippines. So Eastern Europe brings its own problems, its own set of unique experiences. However, I grew up here. I was born here. I wouldn't trade it for the world. For me, it's easy to assimilate here. And to other Americans that are more European-oriented and would like to live in southeastern Europe and appreciate the greenery, the way of life, or have family ties here, have said all positive things. It depends where you want to go and where you want to take your money. Overall, if I had to choose, if I had no family, if I had no ties to any lands, and if I was purely a pensioner or had a limited budget, I would go to Thailand, personally. I think you get the most bang for your buck there. It's extremely developed compared to a lot of these other places. Huge expat community. A lot of people speak English there. Country is absolutely beautiful. Tropical jungles, amazing exotic beaches. Food's great. Love spicy food, all that stuff. Power of the dollar goes far.
Where did
so
that come
I would highly implore most men to at least try Thailand first. And then branch out and go to some other places. Depends. It's all in the budget, guys. Remember, the name of the game is freedom first, above all else, financially. All that other shit comes after that. So if you enjoyed today's episode, follow the second channel. Look, this one right here, Borefik. Go see the truth about Eastern Europe, or me walking around so you can see what Eastern Europe looks like and how much it's developed and what the people are like, and the difference in mentality here that people have and how much families are at the forefront of society, yada yada, man. There's so much to talk about. If you haven't, sign up to the private community, join us on some of the calls you'll see on the second channel. We'd love to have you. Have them 4 up to 5 times a week, actually, and potentially more, with events and prizes and stuff that are being rolled out soon. Appreciate everybody that's been doing private consultations as well as buying shirts, guys. All links are in the description below. It helps the channel directly. Obviously, we're not going to be cucks for corporations. And appreciate everybody that tunes in every day. Hope you guys have had a good week, a great start to your week, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care, everybody.
damn, what level are you, motherfucker? God damn. Your bitch should be dead by now. Fuck. I'm gonna find a fucking Carno. There's the Carno thing. Yeah, the Carno sometimes will have some goodies. Of course, I'm freezing. Can't believe I'm freezing so much. Oh, I didn't put my shoes on. Shit. There we go. Alright, the rest of this I can just dump it. There we go. Alright, so my animal's really been screwed up. He did level up though. Or she did. All right. That bird needs to heal up a bit. That's for damn sure. Go hide inside the trap and hope they don't see me or go in there. Okay. Alright, let me start another video and then I gotta go clean some stuff up real quick after the cats. Legion of Man. Proof that the economy is worse than I thought. Big Ward!
At Go Auto, we know
Big Ward.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is still Tuesday, September 10th, 2024. I am back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. And this is what we got here. I'm at work right now. And what I'm showing y'all might say, what's this, Big Water? I don't see nothing. That's the problem. You don't see anything. I'm showing y'all what I see every day. Why I've been warning y'all for a minute now that the economy, our U.S. economy is dead. This is the port. You see that little lift down there? Let me see. He loading that truck up. That's one truck. It usually be trucks everywhere. Everywhere. Nothing. The port is empty. As far as you can see, I'm showing you around. Empty. This should not be like this. This is not a good sign for us, y'all. Not a truck in sight. One truck. When once upon a time there were trucks lined up everywhere. All these boxes stacked up everywhere. Nothing moving. It's an absolute ghost town. 2 trucks right there. A ghost town. This place supposed to be bustling. Filled with trucks. Wall-to-wall traffic. That's what it used to be. Especially this time of year right here. Let me show you something else. Oh, shit. See that right there? That's the dock. It's supposed to be, once upon a time, it stayed 2 or 3 ships docked in right here. Nothing. Not a boat in sight. No freight coming in.
Shit, that's not good, man.
There's supposed to be yard trucks out here working, unloading the ship.
Shit.
The trailer's parked. The crane parked.
Jesus.
The lift sitting right there waiting on the truck to come to do some work. This place is empty. Used to be trucks everywhere, people. When I say everywhere, all these aisles, we used to be complaining about there's too much traffic in here. Now look, empty. That's the dock right there. That's the water. Nothing. I'm not just telling y'all this just to be making content. I'm not just telling y'all this. There's one truck. One truck. This is not just for content, y'all. I'm warning you. If it ain't too late, you don't want to listen, you want to believe the Democrats, that everything is fine, the Dow Jones is up, here's your proof right here. I'm here on the front lines. I see what's going on, and I'm telling y'all what's going on. This place, in a normal economy, would be jam-packed with trucks. Right now, it's a ghost town.
Wow.
Y'all see that?
Big one.
One truck waiting, and the lift down there working on another truck.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
That's nothing, man. It's nothing. No fucking work there at all.
That's what we're dealing with right now.
What if there was a way to know if a stock will be bullish or bearish the day before? The truth is,
Big one.
And to y'all, I just turn this thing around and see this window, right? To y'all that window bothers, stop watching my channel, please. To those who know, I told y'all I had a wheel seal blowout and it slung all up on this window. The oil is etched into the window. I can't get it off. It's oil. I don't need that window for nothing. It's just there. As a truck driver, if your ass need that window to back up, you don't supposed to be driving. You ain't good enough. We don't use windows to back up. If this truck had a sleeper in it, it wouldn't be a window back there. It'd be a bed. I can't see behind me no way looking that way. We're not supposed to do this. Mind your business. Do your job. Let me do mine. That window is irrelevant. I'm not changing that window out unless it's busted because I don't supposed to use it anyway. So if it bothers you, I'm sorry. No, I'm not. A truck driver used that thing over there. This thing over here, they're called mirrors. That's what we bag up with. We're not supposed to be turning our head away from the front of us bagging up. This is not a car. That window is irrelevant. Get a life. I know some of y'all have what you call that ADHD and compulsive, whatever the hell, and y'all just, oh God. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. You tired of hearing doom and gloom? Damn, big boy. Yeah, y'all, I see y'all on other channels because I watch other people's videos support. And then I see some of the channels where people were throwing salt on me. I don't watch them no more. But when I found out they was throwing salt, I went to see, like, what these folks saying about me now? And I see all y'all over there. Yeah, I had to stop watching him too, man. He too negative. He was messing with my mental. All that doom and gloom, this, that. Y'all did the right thing by leaving. I don't blame you. You don't like that's what I asked you to do. I agree with you.
They didn't have my
If
mother.
you don't like my
Jesus
content,
Christ.
stop watching me. I ain't mad at you. I understand. I would do the same thing. As a matter of fact, I have done the very same thing. The very same thing y'all saying y'all did with me, as in you ain't like my content no more, you stopped watching. You unsubscribed. I applaud you. You did the right thing. That's the same thing I would have did. If I'm watching somebody's channel, I don't like the content, even if I used to like it, if I don't like it no more, I can't stand it, I ain't gonna get on there making comments telling them to change their content. I'm just gonna unsubscribe. I've done it. So I ain't mad when you do it to me. I've done the other channels. I unsubscribe. I don't watch them no more. I don't get in their comment section talking shit though. So I appreciate y'all for not coming in my comment section talking shit. Instead, you just unsubscribe because you don't like my content. Thank you. But to those who like what I'm talking about, I ain't changing. I'm going to keep talking about what I talk about. And when things get better, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to talk about things that got better. If Kamala Harris get in office and things get better, guess what I'm going to say? I was wrong about her. The economy is booming. She's doing a great job. I promise you, if that happens, that's what I would do. If Kamala Harris is elected, which God I know, hope she don't be elected, because I know she gonna F everything up even more. I know this. But just in case I might be slightly a chance of being wrong, if she get in office and fix everything, and these trucks back out here rolling again like it used to be, I'm gonna give her props. And then I ain't gonna be doing the doom and gloom. I'm gonna be doing the uplifting and telling y'all, hey y'all, everything gonna be all right. Kamala Harris doing a great job. Scary. Cheerleader. Go Kamala. I'm proud of you. That's what I do. I'm not biased. I'm independent. If she do a great job, if she's elected, Lord, don't let that happen because I know she ain't gonna do a great job. But if she does, ain't no shame in my game in giving her props. So I ain't gonna just talk doom and gloom. I'm talking reality. When things turn around, if they turn around, I will be the first to tell y'all, hey y'all, like when I'm working, on them days that I work a couple of days in a row, I tell y'all, hey, I've been working. That's a good thing. I tell y'all that. Just like when I tell you I'm not working, I tell you when I am. Like now, I'm working. I ain't gonna work much, but I'm working. I worked a little bit yesterday. Better than nothing. That's positive. Better than nothing. But I'm not gonna lie to you and pretend and tell you the Dow Jones is up like you stupid. The Democrats are talking to you, me, and the rest of us like we stupid. Their pundits, their shields, the Plies, Uncle Luke, D.L. Hughley, and whoever else, Roland Martin, all them folks talking to us like we are stupid. So therefore I'm insulted. As if I don't know what I'm looking at. As if I'm not actually out here seeing what I just showed y'all, like I'm not seeing this every day. And most of the days, I ain't seeing this because I ain't even working. This place right here. Listen to me, y'all. There are ports all over America. Most of our goods are imported. America does not produce stuff anymore like they used to. We import most of the goods and services that we use from other countries, China, India, other cheaper places. Mainly China. So therefore, over the past couple of decades, port traffic has been slam-packed because we import now. We export a little bit too, but we mostly import. The American people, everything you buy, if you read the label, made in China. So if it's made in China, guess who gets it first? Me. My line of work. We see it first. I know when the economy is booming. I don't care what the economists say. I don't care what the experts say. I don't care about none of that. I know, and I tell people that I'm cool with, that I was with, I would tell them, hey, time to stop spending. We ain't doing too good. I ain't know that. I'm trusting. And lo and behold, a few months later, it'd be a downturn. I was getting cut, jobs laying off. I told y'all I saw it here first. The layoffs coming. The shutdown's coming. I'm warning y'all. Everything I told y'all I saw yesterday at GNC and the vitamin shop and all that, I warned y'all this shit was coming. I had folks making whole videos about how negative I am, talking down on me, Big Ward, crazy, he's an idiot, blah, 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 blah. He's a diehard Trump supporter. I'm like, no, that ain't what it is. I'm warning y'all what's coming because I'm seeing it firsthand. I've been in this business here in the import-export business since 2008. I know how to read the signs. I've seen it over and over again. And what I'm seeing right now is the worst I've seen. This is the worst I've seen. So if I see this, and y'all my friends, y'all my people, if I see trouble coming, I ain't supposed to warn you? You know, you doom and gloom folks, Big Water, he talking about the doom and gloom. No, Big Water is warning his people to be prepared by any means necessary. Prepare for, it's bad now, prepare for even worse time. How's that for doom and gloom? How's that for your doom and gloom? What you seeing now is gonna get even worse. Even this gonna trickle down. Are you ready to be laid off from a job that was once upon a time recession proof? Like nurses? How many times have we seen our government shut down? Do these threaten to shut down? Furloughing the federal workers where they got to work but not get paid, and you might get your check later on 2-3 months from now. How long this been going on? The warnings are on the United States is broke. Not just the citizens, the country, we broke. Why you think they keep on having to do these shutdowns and threaten to shut down and we don't come up with a new budget, new bill, and all they doing is pushing the bill down the road. They don't come up with more money, they just push off the debt and borrow more money. That's how we stay running. We don't have no money in the bank. America don't. We don't have a savings to pay our bill. We paying our bill just like the American citizen is maxed out on credit cards. The United States government is maxed out on its credit. The American government is living off credit, just like the American people living off credit. A lot of Americans are living off credit. The American government is living off credit. I wouldn't be surprised if the American government ain't got $1,000 in the bank. Talking about we don't have $1,000 in the bank. The government don't have $1,000 in the bank. Now you got some local state governments, they holding on to their little money. Cause I know we got, in Alabama, we got a surplus. They got a surplus in Mississippi, believe it or not. They actually got money in the bank they ain't spending. So that's why Alabama and a lot of places, these southern states, the roads or whatever look bad, they got the money, they just holding on to it because they know what's going on with the federal government. They know the federal government is blowing money. So a lot of state and local governments have money, but they holding it. The state governments are not broke. How you think New York and all them folks paying for all them immigrants? They're going broke because the state governments are doing a better job of managing their money because they know the federal government is out of control spending. The problem we're facing in our country stemming from the federal government poor leadership, 12 years of Democrat leadership over the past 16. We had 4 good years under Republican president where the economy was rolling. That wasn't long enough to hold off the issues that we're facing right now. So y'all can take it as doom and gloom, or you can look at it as my big homie, which is me, I'm your big homie, Big Ward, is warning y'all to get prepared so you won't be caught off guard. But a lot of y'all already know now. If you didn't know at one time, if you thought I was crazy a few months ago, now you see, damn. Now I'm seeing what he was saying. I got people emailing me, admitting I didn't believe you at first, admitting I thought you was crazy. I thought you were just trying to make content. I just got laid off. Not me, but the person, that emailed me, telling me that they just got laid off when they thought I was just doing this like Charleston White, just trying to make content. Shock jock. I'm telling y'all the truth. I want to tell y'all some good news. I don't want to talk about this same shit every day. That's what's going on. I'm warning my people. That's all I'm doing. Take it how you want it. Get it, got it, good. Bye.
Yeah. I used to have a lot of opinion about things. Political opinion, spiritual opinion. Then I woke up one day and realized, my opinion really doesn't matter that much to people. Or to anything else for that matter. So I stopped bothering having an opinion about everything. Because I just don't matter. I don't matter in society. So what I realize is the internet is just some way to turn around and talk shit about situations, but nowhere does it actually contribute to a real solution. You know what I mean? Nowhere do you get a real solution. Despite the need for a solution for a particular problem, it could be any problem, you don't really get a solution. And that's why I think, sometimes I wonder if this world and this reality is just designed to stay broken. Everything is just designed to be completely screwed. And stay screwed. Not just be screwed, but stay screwed. And it just seems that way. The older I get, the more I think about it, the more I see that we're designed to be tortured, abused, neglected, stretched out, to the limit. We're designed to be screwed up that way. And I just, I don't know how else to say it or how else to see it, because life has just been nothing but disappointment, cruelty, suffering, and, dreams broken, dreams given, dreams broken, faith awarded, faith destroyed. You know what I mean? For everything I gain, I lose, and for everything I lose, I gain. But I usually gain something immaterial. So, I gain something material to lose it, then I gain wisdom from it, but wisdom, you can't eat wisdom. You can't put it on a plate and serve it to your kids. You can give it to your children, but it's not going to fill their bellies, depending on what wisdom you're talking about, right? It's just that it seems like such a bad trade-off, in my opinion, but that's just, like I said, my opinion, and not many people care for my opinion. Kind of like Big Ward. They don't really want to hear Big Ward. They want to bitch to Big Ward, and it's like, Big Ward's not there to be the source of your bitching, or the avenue of bitching, whatever you want to call it. So I say, just keep killing these guys until they're dead. and then they respawn. Like this is a low level one. All those aren't low level. Okay, maybe they are. Yeah. Yeah, you're only at 136. If you're at 240, man, I'd be like all over that. Ooh, we got some newbies. Almost got you. And this is level 8. Kill it. This is how I check the levels to see what's available. Shit. I didn't want to run low on stamina. 32. Shit. I hate it when I miss. Let me get some stuff here. I like the colors on that red one. The yellow. 16. Still nice. Nice looking. These guys are pretty low level. $120. Okay, so I have to get out of my hot clothes. Come here, asshole. Big what? Yeah, once I get that 240, a couple of male, female 240 Rexes, at least I have something to work with. But the thing is, primitive saddles means you'll just be doing gammas. But better a gamma than nothing, I suppose. You don't get too much element out of it either with gammas, gamma level bosses. Alright. Big wood. Alright, so we got a few minutes. Let's go back to the main channel. See if we can find a short video. Remember, I just do this stuff for fun. Homeless survival tips and tricks. I doubt that's...
What's going on YouTube?
Oh, 18 minutes. Okay. Freedom Seeking KJ. Prepping for homelessness. Homeless tips and tricks. Survival on the streets. All right, let's see what this gentleman has to say. He's got 1.24K subscribers. Okay. It's an 18-minute video. I think we can squeeze it in.
back with another video for you guys. This video I want to talk about homeless tips for anybody who's about to be homeless. So let's get straight into the video. Now, I'm not homeless, I'm not going homeless, but this video is to help a lot of people out there that are struggling, that are about to be homeless. Now, one of the first tips I have for a lot of you people out there who are about to become homeless is sell everything that you own. What I mean by that is sell a lot of things that you only use for enjoyment. Example, you got a PS4, sell it. You have an iPhone that is a backup that you really don't use, sell it. You have a lot of shoes you don't use, sell it. You have a bunch of gadgets that you don't use, sell it. You have a lot of pots and pans and other furniture that you're not going to use, sell it. And what I mean by this is sell it on like Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, your local pawn shop. Sell it to people who are willing to buy it that you maybe know as a friend. And the reason being is you cannot carry a lot of this stuff with you. And when I mean you can't carry it, if you're in a car, you can carry some of it. Now, for all the people who are going to be homeless living in their car, it is very different. But a lot of you who are going to be homeless, you're just going to be walking maybe. You're going to have to sell a lot of these things so you have the most money, and try not to spend any money. To sell a lot of these things, it may take a month. Now, if you're getting evicted or maybe you're going to be homeless in the next week, a lot of this cannot maybe apply to you. Best thing you could probably do if you're going to get evicted or you can't sell a lot of these things within a month, you're probably going to have to go to your local pawn shop and just take the cheap bastard money they're going to give you. What I mean by the cheap bastard money they're going to give you is, for example, I had a tool belt. The tool belt was about $25. It was brand new. I won it in a competition, but I don't need a tool belt. I already have another tool belt. So I went to go sell it and they're like, oh, $5. And you look on the website like, this is $25. And they're like, well, that's the best I could do. They're going to give you a lot of cheap prices, even for like a broken iPhone. Let's say you have an iPhone 6, they're going to maybe give you $20 for that. So just take all the money you can, whatever. They're going to fingerprint you. You got to do your fingerprint 3 different times, just in case you're a criminal or you stole it or whatnot. And, that's it. That's all they're going to do. So, yeah, trying to sell as many items that you can and just save your money. Now, if you're going to go on foot, you're probably going to need transportation. Now, you can walk, but trust me, you will get tired. Maybe after 5 miles, every 10 miles, you will get tired. So what you can do is, if you're going to go on foot, is get a bike. And you're going to get a bike because you're going to need transportation. You want to get around really quick and easy and fast. But here in Florida, if you're going to ride at night, you're going to need a flashlight on the back of that bike. Flashlights are pretty cheap. You get them $20. So, you can go to Walmart. You can start off Walmart, get you a cheap bike. It may not last long, but once you have that bike, that's going to be your way of transportation. It's going to be a little bit much better than just walking. For all my car people, I know about you, you have your car, you can pay for gas. You don't really have to worry about it. But for all my people on foot, that's what you're going to need. Secondly, for my people that are going to be on foot, you're going to need you a big bag. When I mean a big bag, now if you're a female, it might be smaller for you, but I have a 70-liter bag. Now the average bag that a lot of people carry is about 50 liters, maybe 45 liters, but I have a 70-liter bag, and it's a big old bag. I will actually leave in the description down below if you actually want to go look at that bag, and you can just, carry the bag. And once you have your bag and your bike, I think you're pretty much set to go, because your entire things that you need to continue, your household is going to be in that bag. Plus you have, your AKA your car, which is your bicycle, and you'll be set right off that. So for all my people that are going to be homeless on foot, there you go. Now, for my people in the vehicles, a lot of you are going to, have mobile. A lot of you need to make as much space in your car so you can lay down, so you can stretch your feet, because you don't want to be all scrunched up. When you're all scrunched up, you're going to have bad sleep, backache, neck ache, all of that. You don't want to have that bad experience when you're living in your car. So for a lot of my car people, have your little bathroom, whatever you need to, do your hygiene, and then have a little sleeping area. And then of course you're going to be driving, so you have your driving area as well. Now a lot of you are saying, why are you giving these tips? You're not homeless. You don't know what it is to be homeless. Now, yes, that's true. I don't know what it is to be homeless, but this video, I wanted to reach somebody who are maybe becoming homeless, maybe somebody who's going through something and they're thinking of, what should I do if I'm about to be homeless? So let me know in the comment section down below if you ever been homeless. Let me know if any of these tips are actually helping you, or if you actually use any of these tips that I'm about to give you. Now, one of the next tip I have, if you're about to be homeless and you're thinking, what clothes should I carry? What clothes should I carry? Carry 4 outfits and 2 pairs of shoes. When I mean 2 pairs of shoes, you want to carry 1 dressy shoes in your backpack, and you want to carry either some type of comfortable shoes, whether it's going to be a boot, whether it's athletic shoes on your feet. So whatever you have on your feet, and then 1 pair of shoes, if you can, in your backpack. And then out of the 4 outfits, you want 2 of them to be like casual clothes. Maybe you can go out and party in them if you can. And then the other 2 are going to be for job interviews. So let's say you're going to be homeless, but you still want to get a job later down the line. You'll have 2 casual outfits and 2 job interview outfits. And what I mean by that is, it could just be, a regular suit without the tie. It doesn't actually need to be like the whole tie and all of that, fancy leather jacket and all that. It doesn't need to be all the jacket. It could just be a regular dressy shirt, a suit pants, and your dressy shoes that you're going to have in your backpack. And that's it. And the reason being is, when you go to these job interviews, you can't show up in casual clothes. When you show up in casual clothes, you know, a lot of these job interviewers will be like, ugh, you know, maybe something's wrong with that person. Now, a lot of you be like, all right, I got my bag, I got my bicycle, I got my vehicle, I have my outfits, you know, I'm all ready to go. But
let's pause that for a second.
From. I'm also realizing how much harder it is to get by out here on my own. I've been stuck behind enemy lines, trying to survive off whatever scraps I can scrounge outside that stone fortress of theirs. After a day or so of watching some of the local thieving rat lizards sneak in and out of the fort like it was nothing, I thought I'd rob them instead.
It's at level 74.
Better to let the critters take all the risk, I figured. I was all set to spear one when a bomb went off inside the fortress. The blast wave knocked me right off my feet, and that whiskery little bastard ran off with his haul of carrots before I could even think of going after him. Didn't have much time for belly aching before I heard a roar like none other that sent a shiver right down my spine. Couldn't tell what the hell was going down in there, but I know a fight to the death when I hear one. I was all set to play soldier one last time and charge into battle, but something exploded inside the fort and collapsed my only way in. I just hope that any good guys in that scrap were okay. For now, I think I'm gonna take a long breather and stop getting involved in one snafu after another. Besides, I think I see that thieving rat lizard again, and it looks like it's carrying an axe. Something mighty familiar about that axe. Yours forever, Bob.
Ooh, I got a better RG saddle. That's so nice. What is it? Oh, it's a 95. Well, it's better. It's better than not having a good RG saddle. Let me get this primitive one off. And we'll put this one on here. Alright, so now when he fights, or she fights, she'll take less damage, and it's a brand new thing. Can't get it. Oh, 16. Pretty. I already got a red one. Can never eat one of those guys. Where are you, little shit? What level are you? $168, huh? I'll take him just in case he's got a good stat, but probably not. Usually when they're that low level, they ain't shit. Even 200 sometimes don't have anything, depending on the distribution of the stat. Okay, get that and that. I don't need that. That. Put you over here. Could use a better RG saddle, that's for damn sure. Okay. Alright, so we're pretty way down. That's why we're so slow. It's mostly because of all the stone parts. Technically, I don't even need those stone parts. Not here. Alright. So now that stopped, because I hit some sort of explorer note, we'll go ahead and go back a little.
gonna have in your backpack, and that's it. And the reason being is when you go to these job interviews, you can't show up in casual clothes. When you show up in casual clothes, you know, a lot of these job interviewers will be like, ugh, you know, maybe something's wrong with that person. Now, a lot of you be like, all right, I got my bag, I got my bicycle, I got my vehicle, I have my outfits, you know, I'm all ready to go. But what about when I get stinky? Now, for $10, you could shower at Planet Fitness. Not only shower, but you can also get a workout there. $10 at your local Planet Fitness. When I mean by local, you only could use one, and I mean that one Planet Fitness wherever that you signed up at. And then for $25, you could use any Planet Fitness across America. Now, this is strictly for my Americans and other countries. I'm sorry about that. I know a lot of other countries watch my videos, but I'm just talking about for America. $25 a month, if you know, because you sold all those items like I told you to the pawn shop and to Facebook Marketplace, so you have a little bit of extra spare money, you can shower every day at that Planet Fitness. And you can work out there, because when you work out, it's going to help your mental health. You know, you're already stressed out, you're in a bad situation, but at least you get a shower and you get a workout. So it's up to you. If you're a local homeless person, you know, staying in your hometown, then just pay the $10, because you know, all right, every day or every other day I'll go to this Planet Fitness and take my shower. And if you're a homeless person who's traveling, you want to get that $25 one, so you're able, you know, let's say you're homeless in Florida and then you go up to Georgia, you'll be able to shower in Georgia and work out in Georgia. And then let's say you go to South Carolina, you know, you continue to do your thing. Also, not even showering and working out, lockers too. Now, you got to be careful about the schedule. A lot of Planet Fitness, they're different schedules. So basically, you'll get your free locker and then you'll have to buy your own lock. So you just go to Family Dollar or something, get your little cheap $2 lock or whatever, and then you're able to hide your bag in there, put your stuff in there, and then when it's about to close down or whatever you need to come back, you'll go ahead and unlock it and you can take your stuff out. But you cannot keep it overnight in those lockers, because Planet Fitness do checks every night before they close, and they take out whatever bag and they'll put it in the lost and found or whatever. Be careful on that when you're going to use your locker. So a lot of you are saying, I got my bike, I got my car, I got my shower, I got my clothes ready. Now I got a little tip for you how to get free food. Now if you want to watch my free food video, you can go ahead and watch that video, but I'm going to give you some more tips for a lot of you who are going to be homeless on the street. There's zero waste apps on your phone if you have a phone with you, and a lot of those zero waste apps on those phones, basically people are just going to be throwing away food that they don't want, or maybe it's like expired, but they don't want to throw it away, so they'll put it up on these apps. I don't know exactly what app, but there's a lot of different apps you can use. I don't use it personally myself, but you can go ahead and download these apps. Just type in zero food waste or free food apps on your phone. It should pop up, and you can go to that person location, or maybe they'll leave it like at a local place, and they'll say whoever want to come get it, and you'll go get it, because some people don't feel comfortable with you coming to their house, so that's why they'll leave in other areas, and it's free food basically. So if you want to download the app on your phone and look at, you know, free food is every day, every other day. You know, bigger the population, the better, the more food you will get, and then you just go ahead and get free food. That's one way without paying. Another tip for free food is actually Salvation Armies, and they have a lot of free food soup kitchens, or that's what they call it, I think, a soup kitchens or something. And you could just find it, you know, Google it, soup kitchens near me, Salvation Army near me. You get one free meal, you go there, you get your meal, and you don't have to pay a dime. You know, you just go ahead and eat your food, you know, say thank you, and then you leave and you're on your day. And you can go to many other different Salvation Armies, I guess, or a lot of other different soup kitchens around in your local area. Then you could use a lot of food coupons. Now, you may gonna have to pay $1 or $2 for this, but basically a lot of these unhealthy restaurants, kind of, they'll give you a deal. So example, if you buy something for $1, you get a free medium fry, or if you buy this for $2, you'll get a soda and a cookie for free. You know what I mean? So you can use that to your advantage. You don't want to do that too much, because it's going to be unhealthy food, but I mean, it's better than nothing. Would you rather pay $8 for a full meal, or just pay $1 for something and get another thing for free? A lot of places do it. You can, you know, Wendy's, McDonald's, KFC, Popeye, etc. You know, you say, hey, I have a coupon, you go in and you use your coupon, and then, you know, you save a lot of money. You end up paying $1 for the meal, get something for free, and that whole meal that you got for free was really about $4 or $5. So now, I said this in my free food video, but I'll just say it here again: dumpster diving. Now, a lot of people are like, ew, dumpster diving, you know, I don't want to go in for food. I mean, when you don't want to spend, you know, $5, $8 on a meal, you can just dumpster dive. And a lot of stores that I heard got good, and I mean good, packaged food that you can take is Aldi's, CVS, Walgreens, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, you know, so it's a lot of stores that you can just dumpster dive. And the best time to do it, when I used to work at Dollar Tree, we used to throw out grocery between 2 and 4 p.m. So if you want to, you know, it's going to be broad daylight, people are going to see you, but 2 to 4 p.m., that's when a lot of food that we had to throw out was in the garbage. And some of it was packaged, but, you know, some stores will be petty. They'll rip it open, so, you know, germs will get in there and you won't dumpster dive for it. But a lot of co-workers sometimes are lazy, and they'll just throw away all the food packages. Like, I remember one time I was working at Dollar Tree, and we had pretzels. It was over the expiry date by I think 4 or 5 days, and it wasn't packaged. You know, they was telling me, you know, cut it and then throw it in there. I wasn't cutting it. I'm like, because I don't want to just waste food. You know what I mean? Like, no, I don't want to cut it. So I just threw it in there, packaged still. So, you know, maybe if a homeless person came by and they look in the dumpster, they'll see all those pretzels wasn't cut. Then there you go. You can go ahead and eat all those pretzels. Yes, it's expired, but when you're starving, man, you're gonna eat anything. A lot of you know that. So you're belly full. You got your workout. You took your shower. You got your bicycle. You still got your car. You're all good to go. Now you're tired. Now, if you live in your car, you know, you're in your vehicle, then obviously you're gonna sleep in your vehicle. Find a good parking spot. You know, a lot of good parking spots. Now, I'm not telling you to do this, but a lot of people, what I heard, that live in their vehicles who are homeless, they'll sleep at a hospital that have 24 hours, but they'll park in the back far away. You know, security do their check, but I heard a lot of them will do that. Or what a lot of them will do, they'll go in like apartment complexes and they'll act like they're a resident, and they'll go in a parking spot and they'll sleep there. And then, you know, some people like boondock in the woods and stuff. You know, you could do a lot of places when you're in your vehicle. But for my people on foot, I'm going to give you some places that I hear a lot of people say they sleep at, and they actually sleep peacefully. And for my people on foot, you do not want to sleep where a lot of homeless people sleep, because your things will get stolen or you will be violently attacked. So just watch out for that. But I heard a lot of homeless people actually sleep under bridges. And what I mean by under bridges, I'm not just talking about them big bridges. They could be like a little small bridge. You know, it's only you can like go inside the bridge. Some bridges is like you can climb inside of it, but you're laying on concrete, so you're not laying on the dirt, and it's just crazy. But under bridges, definitely, it doesn't have to be the biggest one. Like I said, it could be a small bridge, but that is one place a lot of homeless sleep. The woods, you know, I'm not a wood guy, because here in Florida you got snakes, you got all type of animals, so I'm not going in the woods. But you know, if you're a wood person, if you've been out in Mother Nature, you love Mother Nature, the woods is actually a very good place that I heard a lot of homeless people love to sleep. You know, you just go ahead, set your tent up, set up your sleeping bag or whatever, your hammock, and you just go ahead and sleep in the woods. But hey, be careful of them snakes and them crocodiles and alligators. You know, the woods is not for me, but for a lot of you out there who, you know, would do that, there go another sleeping option. Another place will be shelters. I know I didn't say this first on purpose, but shelters, but I heard you got to be very careful in shelters. I heard for a lot of shelters, you know, even women, men's shelters, all of that, it's crazy. People in there snoring, they're fighting, they're doing drugs, they're screaming at staff, you know, they're threatening to kill themselves, you know, just a whole bunch of like demonic energy in a lot of these shelters. I hear shelters are just not good. So many homeless people are against shelters. Yes, it's a, you know, sleeping, but you're sleeping in a loud, chaotic, hectic place. So I don't recommend the shelters, but if you have like a kid or something, maybe, I know I didn't say this throughout the whole video, but if you have a kid or something, you maybe want to go to shelter, because the shelter, I guess it could be a little bit more safer than the streets, but I don't know. Let me know your personal experience if you ever been in a shelter. For me, I don't like shelters. You know, I've seen some videos of them and I'm just like, I wouldn't want to live like that, but you know, it's all up to you. Now, if you're on the street, you can couch surf. Even if you're in a car, you could couch surf, but the reason, you know, the car people, you have a little bit more advantage because you're inside of a vehicle with a roof on top. But for my people on the street, if you have friends, family, then you could definitely go ahead and couch surf. You know, maybe your auntie will be like, all right, 2 nights and then you got to get up out of here. So I don't know, if you want to couch surf, go ahead if you have that type of support with you. Parking garages, I actually heard this, you know, the city parking garages, security is there, so be careful of security. But if you're not making a mess, not being loud, a lot of them will just ignore you. But you can sleep in parking garages. I don't know where you would sleep. I'm guessing the steps, but I'm guessing in the back. But you want to be out of sight, basically, and you can sleep there for a night. Do not do it every night, because like I said, security will see you eventually, because they actually have security checks in the parking garages. Home Depot sheds. I heard a lot of people do this, but it's considered squatting, so you can get in physical trouble. You know, maybe the cops will come over there and beat you up, harass you, maybe the employees will beat you up, harass you, but you can get in trouble, maybe catch a felony. You can get in deep trouble, because that is private property. You cannot go and just do that. But let's say you're down bad, you're tired, you've been walking for 6 hours, and you just need to go and sleep. The Home Depot sheds, I heard, you know, you can stay overnight. You go in Home Depot by 7:30, you act like you're shopping, and then you just go pass out in the sheds, and you know, you go sleep in the sheds. But that is considered squatting. I'm not for squatting, because if I had a property and somebody was on my property, I would kind of be mad too. So if you actually need somewhere to sleep, I mean, that will probably be one of your last, and I mean completely last option, is to squat anywhere, you know, especially Home Depot shed, since I have a roof and everything. So yeah, those are my main tips if a lot of you are going to be homeless. I know it's bare minimum. I didn't tell you a lot. I didn't go into details. Like I said, I've never been homeless, but I want to make this video to actually help people, because it's like I'm starting to see homeless people, you know, and it's like sad. So I'd be trying to educate myself, like, okay, what should I do if I ever be in that situation, or how can I help these people? And the best way I can help right now is by sharing this information with a lot of you who are watching this video, so you can pass it on, or you can learn a few things, and you could probably feel a little bit more sympathy, or you're like, okay, I'll never know if I'll be in that situation, but let me get this information. But one of the last things I want to tell you if you're going to be homeless, because a lot of you, I know you're going to be bored, you're going to be like, dang, I'm homeless, what's next? You're going to have hobbies and do activities. And what I mean by that is, when you're homeless, you're going to have to look for jobs eventually, because you don't want to be panhandling and committing crimes or begging people on the street, for money and whatnot. So you're going to have to be looking for a job. Number 2 is make sure that you're working out. And what I mean by working out, yeah, you're going to be walking a lot because you're homeless, if you're on a, walking with your legs. But if you have a vehicle, that's different. But still, you want to go to the gym, make sure you work out, and you want to socialize with people, because once you're socializing with those people in the gym, or even a simple good morning, hello, how are you, you build connections and relationships like that. It's kind of like you're networking without networking, if that makes sense. And you want to make sure that you're reading books when you're homeless out there, because you want to keep your mind occupied. And what I mean by reading books, I'm not talking about on your phone. You want to be physically reading books, like going to the library or something. When you go to the library, you can just sit there, read books, and you can just have a warm place to be at, charge your phone if you have a phone, a laptop, computer, whatever, and that will be your little safe haven. When I used to be in New York, in our library, it was filled with homeless people, like 30 homeless people every day, every time we used to go. I used to be a crazy book nerd, but those people were like on the computer. You get an hour on the computer, and they were reading books and charging their phones. I didn't bother them. The librarians didn't bother them, because we already knew their situation. So that was your little safe haven. You can draw if you're an artistic person. You can sell your drawings to people. Walk down the street, hey, I drew this, can I get $5 for it? Give them the drawing, or ask to draw them if they can pay $20 or whatever. Simple things like that, because when you're bored and homeless, that can lead to destruction, you know what I mean? So don't just throw your life away or say your life is over. You can continue to do things and get back up there slowly by slowly. If you're a beach goer, like I said, maybe you're a fit guy but you're homeless, go to the beach, enjoy, play volleyball with people, play something, go to the water, enjoy yourself. Remember what I told you about the Planet Fitness lockers? You can leave your bag and your stuff in that locker, and just come back before the gym actually shut down. You go to the beach and just have a good old time, just enjoy yourself while you're at the beach, and your stuff is locked up in that Planet Fitness locker. Apply to schools if you could go to schools. Not every school is going to take a homeless student, but tell them your situation. But hey, I want to come here, I want to get this trade, I want to get this degree or whatever you want to do, but I'm homeless, and they'll help you out. Financial aid will help you out. There are loving people at these schools that will help you out if they know your situation. Don't lie, be straight up about it. Go to local events. If a parade's happening, a festival is happening, a party is happening, just go to it. Like I said, just make sure your stuff is all locked up, it's all good, so nobody steals it, and then go to these local events and just have fun. And you can continue to live life. Just don't give up. Collect cans if you live in one of those states that you can collect cans for 5 cents. Collect a bunch of them and go get money. You know what I mean? Just don't give up. Do something. Just because you're homeless doesn't mean your life ended. Your life didn't end. You know what I mean? Anyone can be homeless. A 20-year-old, 40-year-old, 50-year-old, 80-year-old, anybody can be homeless. A child can be homeless. You know what I mean? So don't give up on yourself. Continue to push in. If anybody's gonna be homeless, you can DM me on Instagram or join my Discord. We could definitely talk about it. I can't help you financially, but I can give you advice and just hope you never give up. But I've been rambling a lot. That's what I really wanted to say for this video. Make sure that you stay humble. Make sure you stay positive. Make sure you stay safe, and peace out.
Well, looks like that's a good set of advice there. I wouldn't do a bicycle because of my weight. I'm way too heavy for a bike. They have heavy-duty bikes that are expensive, but you don't want an expensive bike out there in the fucking streets, man. You want maybe a Walmart bike or something cheap that can be easily repaired. You don't want anything expensive. You don't want anything flashy. Like the other guy was saying, you don't want to... He bought this cheap bike that was, in fact, a really good bike. It was a sturdy bike, But he bought it cheap, but it was spray painted blue, which means it looked like shit, which is good. Because you want your stuff to look like not worth stealing. Not worth stealing. Make it look shitty so they don't steal the damn shit, picking on the baby, huh? Only I can pick at a baby. And that saddle is very good. Too bad it's only 112. I try to get it if I could. Yeah. Alright, I'll get some stand. Anyway, yeah, I mean, that's all good advice. You have to use the libraries. You have to, if you're out of a car, you have like my friend the Gypsy, Joey the Gypsy. You see how he organized his vehicle? Everything is goes in a certain place, has a certain form or function, and he's got it set up that way for a reason. You know? And on top of that, see, he's got a van. A van is very boxy. My SUV is very boxy also to a degree. I hate it when you can't grab it. There we go. So it just depends on what you have to work with. Essentially, the way I see it is this. Adapt, camouflage, and try to get as much stuff as you can. In other words, you adapt, you camouflage, you exploit available resources, especially anything publicly available. And that's how you do it. Public libraries, publicly available resource. A parking lot, if you're stealthing, using your camouflage, if you're camouflage, you should be good to go in that regard. If you're invisible, they can't tell you shit. Okay, where'd you go? I don't see it where it went. Anyway. Yeah. See, it's a fucking nightmare to be, to get the knock in the middle of the night for your vehicle. What is that? 184. I might try to get this one. Yeah. When it comes to Raptors, I'm trying to get 240s, but geez, right now I'm getting whatever I can. I'll just throw it in there. Anything weak, I'll kill it. When I do my consolidation, I'll be better off. It'll be fine. Now, I'm wondering if this Raptor can slip through the doorway. In the old days, they would slip through the doorway sometimes. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to put him in here. And see if he... Oh, yes, he can. See? I was right. So it doesn't matter. So what I can do is park my boy. Should get you pretty soon. That's it. And that is the end of you. Really cool looking Raptor though. Alright. Put you back in there. Alright, so that'll be simmering, and I'm going to go see what I can get here. Oh, look, there's a note there. I didn't even see it. All right. So there's a note right there, but I'm not going to activate it if I don't have to. And just save it for maybe another bird or another day or something. So you want to slaughter everything on the island as much as you can, because it forces the computer to respawn. Just like you're basically just picking a territory and slaughtering everything. So the computer says, "Oh, there's nothing there. Let's manifest something," and that's what it does. You know. Okay. See, even that baby had to go because... Okay. I forgot what the level was of this thing. Let me go ahead and put it away. Little raptors. There we go. Now, to prevent them from leaving, what you can do is you can, instead of putting the doorway, you could put the window, and that'll prevent them from getting out. You see? And that would be fine as well. Just in case. So like I can convert the back end to all windows and put windows underneath there and maybe one doorway, and that would work too. And it'll keep it in there so I can tame it from within there. Or you can bolo it. I was ready to bolo it. It's just a raptor. You shoot that thing in the head, you're good. Alright, well, it's been an hour and a half. I got stuff I got to do, so I'm going to go ahead and go back to... Let's see, is this white or yellow? It looks white. I'll go check it out. But I'm going to go get this drop and then go turn in. I got some stuff to do tonight. And thank you for watching. I do appreciate that. And take care. Bye-bye.